Education is the best friend. An educated person is respected everywhere. Education beats the beauty and the youth. Even if a snake is not poisonous, it should pretend to be venomous. The biggest guru mantra is, never share your secrets with anybody. It will destroy you. Before you start some work, always ask yourself 3 questions: why am I doing it, what the results might be, and will I be successful? Only when you think deeply and find satisfactory answers to these questions, go ahead. There is some self-interest behind every friendship. There is no friendship without self-interests. This is a bitter truth. A man is born alone and dies alone, and he experiences the good and bad consequences of his karma alone, and he goes alone to hell or the supreme abode. A man is great by deeds, not by birth. Once you start working on something, don't be afraid of failure and don't abandon it. People who work sincerely are the happiest. Treat your kid like a darling for the first 5 years. For the next 5 years, scold them. By the time they turn 16, treat them like a friend. Your grown-up children are your best friends. There is no austerity equal to a balanced mind, and there is no happiness equal to contentment. There is no disease like covetousness, and no virtue like mercy. Never make friends with people who are above or below you in status. Such friendships will never give you any happiness. The world's biggest power is the youth and beauty of a woman. Books are as useful to a stupid person as a mirror is useful to a blind person. Purity of speech, of the mind, of the senses, and of a compassionate heart are needed by one who desires to rise to the divine platform. He who is overly attached to his family members experiences fear and sorrow, for the root of all grief is attachment. Thus one should discard attachment to be happy. God doesn't dwell in the wooden, stony, or earthen idols. His abode is in our feelings, our thoughts. It is better to die than to preserve this life by incurring disgrace. The loss of life causes but a moment's grief, but disgrace brings grief every day of one's life. Test a servant while in the discharge of his duty, a relative in difficulty, a friend in adversity, and a wife in misfortune. As a single withered tree, if set aflame, causes a whole forest to burn, so does a rascal son destroy a whole family. The one excellent thing that can be learned from a lion is that whatever a man intends doing should be done by him with a wholehearted and strenuous effort. He who lives in our mind is near though he may actually be far away, but he who is not in our heart is far though he may really be nearby. The serpent, the king, the tiger, the stinging wasp, the small child, the dog owned by other people, and the fool, these 7 ought not to be awakened from sleep. Do not be very upright in your dealings, for you would see by going to the forest that straight trees are cut down while crooked ones are left standing. O wise man! Give your wealth only to the worthy and never to others. The water of the sea received by the clouds is always sweet. If one has a good disposition, what other virtue is needed? If a man has fame, what is the value of other ornamentation?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.